Today is travel day. My name is Tisha. Welcome back to my channel. I make travel content. It is travel day. The day has finally arrived. We have had this trip booked since December 2023, which is when I returned from my last trip. Today is a very special day. Not only is it a first vlog, it is also my mum's 50th birthday. You will see her later in the vlog. She's currently getting ready right now. But it's 8 o'clock in the morning. We will soon be leaving. I will call an Uber in a little bit once she's ready, and we'll make our way to the airport. So follow along. To the airport. We are currently at Terminal 3. By the way, this is my lovely mum. Her name is Karen, by the way, and it is her birthday. As you can see, her birthday sash that I made for her. So we are currently at the airport now. I don't know whether we can actually drop off our bags or not just yet, but I will go in and check in a minute. But we are here. It's travel day. Finally made it through security. It is currently 9:30. We have got a reservation booked for the #1 lounge at 10 o'clock. So we're probably just gonna have a look around quickly in the duty-free section. So I don't know if you've ever been to Heathrow, and anybody that has gone through fast track, you come out further past the duty-free. So you have to kind of walk back on yourself to get back to that section. But we are going to have a look around. We will take you guys with us, and then we will make our way to the #1 lounge. Yay! Yay! Have just come out with a new perfume. I don't actually quite know what this one is called, but it's an airport exclusive at the minute. It smells really nice, actually. It smells very similar to, like, the only way I can describe it is as apple. That's the only way I can describe it as, but it smells really, really nice. I don't tend to buy anything in duty free, especially as I'm going to Florida, but there's lots of perfumes. I think my mum wants a lip balm, so she forgot hers, so we're just gonna go look for that. the minute. We are sat in like a really nice area. We're currently sat by the window. I'll take you around and show you what is in the lounge. I try not to get too many people in. And then once I've got my food and stuff, I'll talk you through exactly what our plans is, what we're doing, where we're going, how we're doing this, because I haven't really said too much about what of anything. So yeah, I will catch up with you. So without being in too much of people's ways, you've got some hot food selections here, which is pretty good, and I will get my food very shortly. So you've just got hot food section. You then got a tea, coffee section here, some more drinks, and then your soft drinks. And then in one section, you've just got the pancake maker there. So I'll get my food and show you what I get. I've got breakfast. I've got one sausage, some bacon and a hash brown. But the thing that is really getting me right now is the pancakes. They're so tiny. I couldn't even like vlog it on my camera. I had to do it via my phone because I didn't have the camera with me at the time. But it is the funniest little breakfast I've ever seen. We have now had our breakfast in the lounge. We are currently waiting for our flight. It is now 10:45, so we don't need to get any boarding information or anything until 12 o'clock. So the plans is that we are going to Orlando, Florida for 1 week for my mum's birthday. Today is her birthday, so we'll be on a very long flight. We are flying with Virgin Atlantic in premium economy. For me, I've been with on Virgin Atlantic Premium Economy before. This is my mum's first time, but this is both our first times using the lounge. I've eaten already. So far, I'm not that impressed. We're in the #1 lounge, and I have to say that the food isn't what I expected it to be. Now, I've watched different vlogs and stuff, and it looked okay, but it wasn't up to what I thought it would be. There isn't a lot of options actually, and I don't know if it's the same. This is breakfast, so I don't know if it'll be the same for lunchtime or anything like that. But I was kind of disappointed with the breakfast options. But yeah, so that is the plans. When we are on our way to the gate, I will start updating you again. So our gate has now been called. It is currently, I want to say 12 o'clock. I can't see because I've got the case in my hand and my vlogging with my left hand, but I want to say it's about 12 o'clock. We are going to gate number 27. We have finished in the lounge as well, and we've just picked up some water and a drink from Boots. So let's make our way to the gate. Change of plan. We are now heading to gate 1, even though we made it all the way to gate 27, sorry. We are now walking with the entire plane team, crew members, should I say, and making our way to gate 1. But it's not too far. It's a little short walk, you know, it'll give us some walking distance before we start a nice long 10-hour flight.
Just done there.
Thank you.
Welcome. What? Are we seated? No. No.
So we have just boarded our flight. We are running a tad late, so there was a bit of a mishaps with the gate, and they sent us to gate 27, and they couldn't take us off from there, something to do with another aircraft being there, so our plane had to come to gate 1. So we've only just boarded, and it's now 12:59, but we're supposed to take off at 1, but we probably won't be taking off for a little bit as we've only just started boarding. So we are in premium economy, and I want to say this might be one of the older aircrafts just based off how it looks, but we are right at the back, and I tend to like booking these just because you have a back bit here, so if I wanted to lean all the way back, I feel like I'm not interrupting anyone, and I don't mind someone interrupting me, but it's more so that I don't feel the guilt of interrupting anyone from behind me. But I will show you a little bit of the spacing and what we have. Now, bear in mind, I'm only 5'4" and my mum is 5'2", so I had to think about that. So this is like more than enough leg room, but I'm just going to show you the spacing area that we have. So this is the spacing area. As you can see, I've got so much room between me and the next chair in front. There's my feet there. It is the old aircraft because you can see the old screen is a little bit different. It's not like the new screens that I've seen in other vlogs, which is fine. I mean, I have my iPad and stuff with me. And then your tray table is down here. Sorry, you're gonna have to bear with me with this as well because I am getting used to this camera. I've never actually used it out of the house yet, but you do have a tray table that comes out in front of you, which is quite nice. And it just, sorry, my mum likes to clean everything. She's interrupting me at the minute because she just wants to clean everything, but this is as transparent as you're gonna get with us. And then you have a few other bits that can like recline the seats and stuff like that. I don't know if there's anything else. I mean, there's her tray table. You can see she's taking it out to try and clean it and whacking herself at the same time. But again, that's her foot spacing. And like I said, she's 5'2", I'm 5'4". So there is more than enough space. So yeah, there's not much more to this. I don't know how responsive this is. I don't think this is quite working yet. So eventually, it looks like it's actually playing a film at the minute on mine, so I don't know what that's about. But I will try and show you more a little bit later. Just taken off. It is currently 1:43. It should take roughly around, it says 9 hours and 34 minutes. But let's have a look at the movies. I don't actually know if we're going to see this properly, just simply because of the amount of light. There we go, that's a little bit better. They've got a couple of different movies out. I don't think I've seen. Oh, they've got I don't know if it's the new or the old Beetlejuice. I might watch that though, and I might watch the Bad Boys because I've not watched that yet. I'm really not too sure what you can see because the light is just a lot. Okay, and there's a passenger announcement in between, but I will try and see what else is new on this flight. So, sorry, I got very interrupted before, seeing as there was an announcement, but we have now taken off. We've done about half an hour of the flight already, and I was going through the movies, I believe, before the announcements came along. So just a notice, I mentioned before in my packing video about the little device that I bring. And this is the little device right here that I bring along. It is very, very loose, so you've got to be careful. But it does work eventually. Sorry, I think drink services is coming along, so I'll probably be interrupted again. But in terms of movies, let's see what's new. Oh, no, wrong thing. So if I go along, they have different films on. I think I might watch Beetlejuice and Bad Boys. If I don't feel like watching them, I do have my iPad with stuff. Blink Twice. If you haven't watched that film yet, I recommend highly to watch it. It is a confusing film, but it's such a great film. I haven't watched any of these. I'm such a kind of keep watching the same thing. I might actually watch Despicable Me 4. I've not watched that one yet. There's a lot of films that I haven't watched actually. I just haven't had the time. But they do have like your classics like Freaky Friday. They have a couple of other ones. Got Hangover. I'm going to be slightly interrupted, so I'm going to pause here again. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but I intend on buying some Wi-Fi for the entire flight. So if you want Wi-Fi Lite, it's $6.99. If you want Wi-Fi Max, which I think stays on for the entire flight, it's £20.99. And if you want just the messaging services, it's $3.49. I believe Virgin is a little bit more expensive than British Airways. When I went on my trip in December, I think I paid $17.99. But let's see how quick and fast the Wi-Fi is. So I've just clicked on that. It is taking its time a little bit, but it should load up shortly. So with Virgin in premium economy, you get a menu. I have already pre-booked our meals, which is great because then I don't have to look too much. But this is what is on the menu. To be honest with you, I don't think what's on the menu is what I actually picked anyway. I think we picked the sausage and mash, but from what I can see here on the mains is the pork stew, the pasta and the cod, and then that's the dessert, the mousse and the cheddars and the grapes and everything, and then you've got the Wonderwall and stuff like that, and then you've got your drinks and stuff. I think that's actually the morning, but then on the back you've got your drinks from hot chocolates and like hot drinks, and then you've got your cold drinks as well. So we have just received our meal. We did pre-book our meal, I want to say 7 days prior, before the flight. So as you saw on the menu, the option that we actually have isn't actually in the menu. So I've gone for the sausage and mash option, and so is my mum. But I think this is a mozzarella and pesto salad. We've got the sausage and mash, which I will try. I think I'm going to have to get my mum to open it. The sausage and mash. And then I'm not entirely sure what this dessert is. I'll have to have a look back in the menu to see what it is. There's the sausage and mash, which looks really, really nice actually. You got a cheese selection. I won't eat that just because I don't eat a lot of dairy. And you got a bread, some butter. Of course, we all know that if you fly Virgin, you get these cute little salt and pepper shakers. And at the bottom of them, they do say pinched from Virgin Atlantic, sorry. And you get the cups and the cutlery right here. But yeah, this is our meal, and then I'll report back when we finished and just let you know what and how it tastes. Sorry. In fact, before I disappear from this, let's have a look at what the dessert is. So this is the menu. What is the dessert? It says chocolate mousse cake, but I don't think this is a chocolate mousse. So when I taste it, I will let you know exactly what it is. So we have just finished our meal. Well, I've technically finished mine. My mum hasn't quite finished her dessert yet. But I can honestly say this was the first time I've had a plain meal, and I really enjoyed it. So like I said, I had the sausage and mash, and so did my mum. And even a little bit of the salad, it was like a pesto and mozzarella salad, and I quite enjoyed that. I didn't finish it all because I'm not the biggest fan of rocket, but It was quite nice, and everything was quite nice. And the only thing I'd say is like the rooted vegetables were a little bit hard than how I would like them to have. What did you knock over? Oh, you melted the butter. So my mom has decided that she's going to warm up her butter. Let's see if I can get it. But instead she completely forgot about it and melted it. So now she's just got a pool of melted butter on the table. I mean, I guess she ate her bread already, but she's finished hers, as you can see, and we both finished ours. Oh no, she didn't finish the bread. The bread is still there. I think she was trying to warm the bread up, but all in all, Mum, how would you say that you found your food?
Food was really good. Sausage was really tasty. The mash was really flavoursome. The rocket salad was nice with the pesto, but I don't like rocket, but it was quite nice. I will dip the bread roll into the butter, so I'll be dipping. Grapes were really good. And then I will try my dessert when I finish all that.
Speaking of dessert, I have actually tried it. So what it said on the menu is not exactly what it is. I think on the menu it's supposed to be like a chocolate mousse, but actually that was more of a mango meringue cheesecake, and that was probably the first time I've also finished a dessert. That was a really, really good dessert. And again, with plain food in general, I'm not the biggest fan of plain food. I don't tend to eat it, but I was really, really impressed with the meal, how quick it came out. Like I said, because we pre-selected this meal, ours came out first along with all the other special meals, and then everybody else has followed. But I would say I'd give this maybe a 4.5 out of 5. Sorry, my mum's looking at me because I said 4.5. I think she thought I was going to do 4.5 out of 10, but actually it's 4.5 out of 5. What would you give it, Mum?
Yeah, I'd give it the same.
Give it the same?
Out of 5.
And I only knocked down the 0.5 simply because I just don't eat the cheese board part and the rocket salad. I didn't finish that. I just ate the mozzarella out of it and just took the pesto out of it. But it was a great meal, and now I'll probably take a bit of a nap because I've got a bit of a headache, and that's probably due to how warm. It's actually quite warm on the plane. I mean, my mum thinks it's really cold. Me personally, I feel quite warm. So I'll probably take a nap, and then I will resume the film that I was watching afterwards.
Sitting in the breeze.
Yeah, she says she's in the breeze. I can't feel it, but where I'm sitting is quite warm. But yeah, I was watching Bad Boys. I think I've only done like half an hour of it, but my head is hurting, so I'm just going to turn it off for a little bit and then get a nap, see how long I can sleep for, and then resume my film and everything else that I would like to do. So, a little update. We are about just under 5 hours away from Orlando. Yeah, about just under 5 hours, sorry. They've come round and given us a little snack. It's a little cornetto like ice cream sandwich. I've never actually had one before, but it's actually really nice. I mean, I shouldn't really eat dairy and wheat, so I am risking this one, but it's actually quite nice. It's a combination of like what I can only describe as an Oreo mixed in with like ice cream cookie dough, if that makes sense. But so far on this flight, since we've eaten, I've not really done much. I had a bit of a headache, so I took some ibuprofen and took a nap, and I woke up maybe half an hour ago, and I'm currently still just listening to music. I didn't actually go back to the film. Whether I'll go back to the film or not is a different story. I still got just under 5 hours left in the flight, so I may or may not watch the rest of Bad Boys. But so far it's been a pretty quick flight, and usually I would notice when I'm on a long flight, but this actually just feels really different. I don't notice it too much at all. So yeah, I will update you when we are a little bit closer to landing. So we are about an hour and a half out from Orlando now. We are now being served the afternoon tea. We had quite a lot of turbulence for like a good hour. I take it back. We feel like we're still in turbulence because I can feel it moving again now and shaking. But about an hour ago, for a good hour, we were stuck in really bad bout of turbulence. But we have got our afternoon tea, so I'm just gonna show you what we've got. So I'm still trying to learn how to work this camera, and it is going to take me some time. So we have got sandwiches. I believe one is a cheese sandwich and the other one is a chicken one, so I'm going to assume that's a chicken. I think this is a quiche, this one's a mini Scotch egg, and then we've got a scone. It comes with a clotted cream and a little jar of strawberry jam. I haven't tasted it quite yet, but once I have tasted it, I will let you guys know. My mum got the same thing as well, and I haven't bothered to get a drink because I've still got water. I've nearly finished my water. So yeah, I will report back and let you know how this all tastes. She's not looking, but we have arrived at Terminal B. There's a lot to catch up on. There's not much I'm going to be able to vlog because I have so many suitcases. I can just about get through this, so you're going to have to bear with me on this one, but I will catch up with you when I get maybe to the hotel. See you in a bit, guys. Guys, we have made it. I haven't been to this terminal since I was about 13 years old. There's the flag. We are here. All the shops are here. I feel like that was the longest flight in history. But we're here, we have made it. The carpet, my mom doesn't actually remember this part, but I actually remember this terminal from being 13. It's just so surreal that we're finally here after a year and a bit of planning this, and now we're finally here. Thank you.
And we can order food in if we wanted to. We just have to meet them downstairs.
Oh yeah, Uber and stuff, or DoorDash. Yeah, you have to come to our desk to pick it up. And you could eat in the lobby. You know, out on the tables.
Okay.
You don't want to eat around. Yeah, open for breakfast, 3 restaurants here. 1, 2, 5.
We've got to our hotel room. We are staying in room 1252. Hello there. Hello. So when you come in, automatically you have on the right a sink. Nice lovely mirror. I love this. You have a smaller mirror. hand towels. You've got a few amenities here. You're gonna have to bear with me trying to get used to this camera. And then you just have a few different like towels, some tissue there. And then if you come in, you've got the, oh, another big mirror. Oh, nice. Not that hard. Oh, there you go. The light's on. You get a couple of extra bits of toilet tissue. You have a bathroom, like a bath mat, and then toilet, and then bathtub. The only thing I say about USA toilets and bathrooms is why on earth is there bathtub down there? I haven't got a clue. It confuses me, but it is down there. And then you've also got a couple of conditioners, shampoos, and shower gels. Then when you come back out, again, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to bear with me on this camera. When you come out, you have a full length mirror here. And then on the left, you also have some wardrobe space, which has an iron, an extra pillow, blanket, some hangers, an ironing board. And I wanna say this is one of those suitcase holders right here. And then you come further into the bedroom and you have the beds. And ignore our suitcases, we have already brought them in, but you have 2 double beds. You have what I wanna say is a coffee machine with a few bits of coffees. These are all things to do with my mum's birthday. You have an ice machine, quite a decent sized TV. Don't get that all the time. Some storage spaces. You have a fridge and a safe. And then you've got a few cupboards, which are quite deep. I don't tend to unpack, so I won't be using those. And then you have a desk, telephone, nice chair. Again, another mirror. And then my mum's kindly showing you the chair there. And you also have a full length, what do you call those? Lamps. I'm sorry, it's like quite late now. It's like around 9 o'clock here, and my brain is no longer functioning. Then we've also got some balloons put in, and then we have another lamp, but on these lamps they have plug sockets, which is quite cool. You have all these plug sockets in a USB plug socket. I think this is actually an alarm, so there you go, it's 9:15. And then you can't see much from the outside. I don't know how much you'll see apart from my reflection, but I don't know if you can see there. I'll try and zoom in as much as I can. I think that's all. But over there, if you were ever staying on International Drive, then you've got the Point, which just has a couple of different restaurants. Got a decent view, and the bellhop guy, I mean, I can't see it right now because you can only see my shadow and it's dark, but further in the distance to there, we can actually see one of the new hotels for Epic Universe. But that is our hotel room. It is a new hotel. We have not tried this one before. But it's very comfortable. It does have an old school air conditioner, which I don't think I showed if I just turn this back around. So it has a very old school air conditioner, one of those block ones, but it does let out a lot of cold air. We have turned it off because it was extremely cold in here. But yeah, we are going to get settled in for a little bit, and then I will catch back up with you guys, because I feel like the last 2 hours of us landing, or even before landing, was a bit hectic. So I will catch up with you guys in a little while. Good evening, everyone. It is currently 10:50 at night in the USA. We are very tired. My mum has now currently gone in the shower, and I thought I would actually just recap what happened today and just close out the vlog. So just to recap a little bit, we have gotten a flight at 1 o'clock. It was a slight delay because of the gate changes. I think we originally were supposed to go from gate 27 to gate and then move to gate 1. So there was a slight delay. We were in premium economy. We had pre-booked our dinners, so we already knew what we were having. I think they'd originally given us the wrong menu. So the menu that you'll see in the vlog prior to all of this wasn't the correct menu. That was actually the menu to come back. However, we had chosen the sausage and mash, and you'll see before that I mentioned that it was actually really nice. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Later in the on the flight, we had a lot of turbulence. It was a really bad stint for about an hour and a half worth of turbulence. There was a good chunk where we couldn't get up and do anything, and at that point I just kind of fell asleep, and then I got up and watched a film, or the rest of the film that I was watching, which was Bad Boys. About an hour and a half before the flight was due to land, we had the afternoon tea. You can get an option of sweet and savoury. Me and my mum both went for savoury, and it was like a mini quiche, a mini Scotch egg, and a scone, and then there was sandwiches. One was I want to say it's almost like a chicken mayo sandwich, and the other one was just a cheese sandwich. Wasn't the greatest thing. I wouldn't give much ratings for that. I'd probably give it a 2 out of 5, just simply because it's not something that I would generally eat on a daily basis or anything like that. Once we got off our flight, so we landed at MCO in Orlando, and we landed at Terminal B. Now, last time I came here back in 2023, because we flew British Airways, we went to Terminal C. Because we had landed in Terminal B, it was a little bit different. I vaguely remember it because we did do it many, many, many years ago, but it has changed. We then used the app. Let's see what the app's called. The app is called, let's see, the CBP MPC app, which is it's like a pre-check before you come through the customs bit. It was pretty quick. We were the second people in the queue for that section. They took our fingerprints and they took our pictures. And I don't know if this is because we have both changed our passports. Both our passports are brand new. Whereas prior to last time we come, our passports were old. So I didn't have to do the fingerprinting and the picture taking because I'd done that on my very first trip. I did it on one of my trips, I think, to Vegas. But it got us through very quickly. And then when you come through, you pick up your luggage. One thing I will say that I thought it was a bit confusing is that you can pick up a trolley and pick up all your luggage, but just as you get to the outside, as if you need to get to the next part of the terminal, they take the trolley away from you, which means, for example, like for me and my mum, we had 6 suitcases in total. We had 2 trolleys. It meant that it became very hard to then vlog anything or film anything because both my hands were taken up with all my luggage. So that's why there's not much. And then we came through to the old terminal, got to see all of that. We didn't really look in the shops at that point. We were very tired. We just kind of wanted to leave and get to the hotel. So I did both, and I looked at Lyft and how much it would cost, and looked at the Uber, and I think Lyft was cheaper. I think it was let's have a look. $40, I want to say. Sorry, I'm just having a look. $44.51, which if you convert it is £34.50. And I think Uber was $54 at the time. So it was cheaper to go with Lyft. And I do recommend that if you are here in the USA, then just compare your prices before you book with one, because it might be a little bit cheaper with a different one. And then we are staying in the Rosen Plaza Hotel on International Drive. Now, usually we stay on International Drive anyway. We haven't stayed at any of the Universal or the Disney parks. The only reason being is because International Drive slap dab in the middle between both parks and both sides of the shopping outlets. And it's just more convenient for us. Some people like to stay at Disney, some people like to stay at Universal. For us, it's International Drive. This is the first time we have stayed at this hotel, and to be honest, I've done a room tour, as you would have seen. However, I'm so tired that I will actually show you guys the hotel the following morning, because it's a lot. It's been a long day of dragging suitcases up and down. But yeah, so in total, and then we've just ordered some food. We got Panda Express. We ordered via Uber Eats. It was about I'm just having a look at the prices. $37.35, which comes to about $28.99. And we just got the large plate meal, which allowed us to get 3 entrees, I believe. 2 sides and like 3 entrees and stuff like that. So we got the orange chicken and we got that 3 times. And then my mum got the rice and I got the noodles. And then we just ordered a separate large vegetable box, which is quite nice. And it's quite a filling meal. It's one of those meals that you can split. If anybody has been to the USA, you will know that their portion sizes are not the same as UK portion sizes. So when we got a large plate, that technically is enough to feed the both of us, because it's just enough in terms of portion size, especially at the time being it's nearly 11 o'clock now. But all in all, I have to say the flight was very good. It was smooth up until we had the turbulence. It was the one time I think I've actually felt really comfortable doing a long haul flight and not just got so agitated towards the end of my flight. I did buy the Wi-Fi. Can't remember if I'd mentioned that before. It was pretty simple to log into. It was $20.99 and throughout the whole flight, the services was a bit jumpy. It would cut in and out at points, but for most part, it was working. I don't think that's anything. There is anything else to mention about the day. One other thing I will mention is, and you will see it in the room tour, and just in case if you don't, I will show you now. But I did, because it is my mum's birthday and we're here, we landed, I wanted her to have something nice to come to because we'd been on a flight for her birthday all day. So I did request to have some balloons and a cake or some dessert put in here. And what you can do is if you go, I don't know if this is for all hotels, but if you do stay at the Rosen Plaza Hotel, if you email them, they will send you through to like a hospitality manager, and they will send you an amenities list, and it will give you a list of all things that you can get. So one of the things I had requested is these dessert platters, and it is just these dessert platters. It comes with like a little chocolate cake. I don't know what these ones are. Those are macaroons. You've got 2 dessert pots, and I couldn't tell you what those ones are either, which I just thought it was a nice little touch. And then, as you can see behind me, we've got a balloon there, and there is another one on the other side of the room. But it is just a nice little thing to put into a room, or if you're celebrating anything. I think the balloons, they come in happy birthday, happy anniversary, and congratulations. I could be completely wrong, but it is a nice little way. You do have to pay before you get here. I was quite lucky. I was able to call prior and just pay over the phone. But yeah, all in all, everything is sorted. I'll probably go for a bit more tomorrow when I've got a bit more energy, but I am going to close out the vlog here because I'm extremely tired. It has been a long day. If you would like to see full live time updates, then please follow my TikTok and my Instagram, which I have linked down below. But for tonight, I say good night, and I'll see you guys in the morning.